Thank you very much once again. And I would try to take it today now a bit out of the box and to discuss two reports which World Energy Council has done on the similar issues which we are speaking today here. I will talk to you about the report on World Energy Trilemma, whatever it means. And then I will talk to you a bit about the World Energy Issue Monitor. These are two reports which World Energy Council does in every year, and where we try to, at first, analyze the quality of energy policies in different countries. And the second one, to see how the energy sector leaders are looking for the different issues which are present in the energy market. So I would start up with the World Energy Trilemma. The word trilemma is actually the similar thing which has been mentioned here already by Hans van Steen and by Boenkummer and also by Beate Rabe. We discussed about three-dimensional energy policy. We're looking at the energy security. We're looking at the environmental sustainability, and we're looking at the energy equity, which basically means the affordability of energy to the customers. If you think of these three dimensions, you can always see that there are contradictions between different measures and different possibilities of energy supply. However, the countries have to balance somehow this triangle. The question is, how do we perform at the moment in these dimensions? How well we are doing in energy security, how well we are doing in environmental sustainability, and how well we guarantee the affordability of energy to our customers. So here are the results of the analysis, which is taken in 129 countries, and looks at the 60 different indicators of the energy policy. So what you can see here are the different results for the northern countries in the European Union, eastern countries, southern countries, and western countries. As you can see, these triangles are actually very different from each other. Northern countries tend to have a very good balance between these three dimensions in energy security, environmental sustainability, and the affordability. The eastern countries tend to have quite a good results in energy security, but they're lacking back in the environmental sustainability. Their environmental impact is larger than in world in average. They are in an average level also when it comes to the affordability of the energy. Now, when we look at the southern countries, where also Slovenia is, you can see that energy security level here is much lower compared to the world average level. The environmental sustainability is also a bit above the average, but the affordability of energy is quite good, which might seem to some of the people argumental, but you can see that if you compare the affordability of energy to the world level with the other countries, also in Asia, in Africa, then you can see that energy is quite affordable in this level. In the Western European countries, you can see that the affordability is in even better level, and the environmental sustainability as well. So if you look at the Slovenian results in a bit more detailed way, you can see that Slovenia performs very well with the energy equity, or say affordability of energy. It is also quite well positioned when it comes to environmental sustainability and energy security. We also put ranks or the scores for each of these dimensions for the countries from A, B, C, and to D. So in all of these dimensions, Slovenia performs above average, at least. performs very well in the affordability of energy. So this was the introduction for the energy trilemma, as we see it. And as you see, say, Slovenia is quite well looking at this performance if you compare it to 129 countries in the world. The second report I would like to bring to you is about the Energy Issue Monitor, which looks at the 36 different issues of the energy scene and tries to identify how big are the uncertainties, from one hand, associated with these issues, and on the other hand, how big is the impact of this topic for the energy leaders. So if you read this graph here, if you look at the upper right side of these bullets there, you can see what are the most critical and most uncertain issues and with the biggest impact to the energy leaders. So as you can see from there, energy prices, the high level of energy prices is also a very big concern for the energy leaders because it also actually hinders their business. Climate framework has been in a very high level since the beginning of our analysis in 2009. And it means that the missing climate framework is the biggest uncertainty for the investments in the energy sector. The global recession has also raised to the quite high level. Here you can see the picture for the all 83 countries which have fulfilled this questionnaire we have asked from them. So all the 83 countries average is presented in this one picture. You can also look separately at you see here what are the main risks there. Then if you look at these areas which have very high impact, but the risk to invest there is lower, which means that basically these are these items where the investors should look at, then you can see that energy efficiency has the highest impact potential to the energy markets. The risk is quite low. You can invest there with a quite big certainty. Renewables energy as well, regional interconnectors also, risk level is quite low and the impact to the market is substantial. Now we can also look separately for Europe. What are the differences from Europe to the rest of the world? The top three topics, I would say, are almost the same: global recession, climate framework, and energy prices. But you can also see that Russia is quite high already in the agenda. This questionnaire was set up in the middle of 2013, and now we are going through the 2014 version of it. So I'm looking very much forward to see what are the perceptions of the energy leaders in this year to all of this picture. It is also interesting to look how the perceptions in different aspects and different areas have changed over the years. You can see that energy efficiency has been quite stable. It has been perceived as a very big impact issue with the very, medium uncertainty in investments. Renewables have jumped up and down with the risk, having in mind that there have been times when the principles of the support schemes have been changed in different countries. Unconventionals have been the ones which have increased very much during last years, coming basically from the very low impact assessed in 2011, now with a quite medium impact already and above medium level in 2014. Nuclear, you can also see that after Fukushima, the risk perceived by energy leaders about the uncertainty of nuclear jumped up quite a lot. Now it's actually back in the same level as it was before Fukushima. The biggest, I would say, loser in the energy market has been CCS. In 2010, 2011, it was perceived that CCS will have a very big impact to the whole energy market in the whole world. Today, you can see that CCS is dropping off the map. It has been perceived that it will have quite low impact, and it is associated with quite high uncertainty. I didn't brought here the picture about the regional differences. What you can also see from there is that, for example, US perception on renewables energy is very much different from the one which is in the European Union. European Union is very much seen as the bullet here shows. In US, renewables are actually in a very weak signal zone, in the lower left. So they see that the solution for their climate discussions is not actually about the renewables, but it is about the unconventionals. Unconventionals have reduced quite a lot of their emissions already. So this is the picture which we can see from the global level. Thank you very much.